G'day and welcome to another big edition of the MCDFNL Footy Show as we get ready to pump up the 2017 McDonald's Maryborough Final Series Week 1. My name's Yeendy. I'm joined by the Operations Manager Shane Anwell. Getting ready for your first round of finals, mate?
Yeah, looking forward to it. The home and away season obviously is finished and that's been great. So there's some quality teams and games coming up.
Definitely right there, mate. And a full list of fixtures can be found on the website and across all social media platforms. But we'll turn our attention to the first qualifying final, which will be this Saturday at Princes Park, and we've got Navarre taking on Harcourt.
Yeah, first versus fourth, obviously, with the Finals 8 format that we've got. Navarre have been the strongest team all year. I think they've dropped one game to Carisbrook through the season, but Harcourt have been up there as well, and they've had some really strong wins. This is going to be a really good close game, I think, a lot closer than people might think. Harcourt a good chance to a bit of an upset and have a win there. However, having said that, I think I'm going to go with Navarre. Their class, and particularly over such a long period with the players they've got, it's really going to shine through, and they'll have the win and go through to the first prelim.
Harcourt are coming into this game a little bit of form as well, because the last couple of weeks it just looked like they weren't going to make the top four, and either Trentham or Royal Park was going to get on top of them, but they've managed to string a few wins together, most importantly coming on the back of essentially a 100-point win last weekend to give that squad a bit more momentum and confidence.
Yeah, exactly right. It was a terrific confidence boost last week, that win, that very, very big and strong win they had, and it's going to set them up well for this week and the rest of the finals.
Definitely right there, mate. Second qualifying final at Hedges Oval, and I think this is going to be probably the match of the final series for mine. Carisbrook and Natty Bialba.
Yeah, not much to split these two clubs. I think only a win and some percentage at the end of the home and away season. They played a couple of games obviously through the season. I saw the game on Sunday a couple of months ago, and Carisbrook started strong. Natty came back, and then Carisbrook went away with it. Natty sort of stopped there towards the end. I don't think that'll be the case this week. It's going to be a different Natty Bialba that plays against Carisbrook, who've always been one of the stronger clubs as far as picking a winner is going to go. I'm going to probably maybe go with Natty Bialba. I think they'll get over the line over Carisbrook, I think. Yeah,
definitely. I'll be with you on that one, because if you sort of see how the finals sort of shape up, a win by Natty Bialba ensures that they don't have to face Carisbrook or Navarre on the preliminary final, and it'd be nice, considering that Navarre and Carisbrook have been notable focuses in grand finals in recent years, to see Natty Bialba a big chance to get there. So it'd be important for them if they can pull off the win here, then they're a red-hot chance to make grand final.
Yeah, most definitely, and I suppose that's the beauty of the qualifying finals, finishing in the top four. You get that chance for the week off. You go straight to the prelim, and you're only one game away from a grand final then. So there's a lot of stake for the winners in this game that's going to set them up for the finals.
Spot on there, mate. We turn our attention to Sunday. We've got a first elimination final action, and this is two teams that know each other very well over the last 7 days. We've got Royal Park and Maryborough Rovers at Princes Park.
Yes, that's right. Royal Park and Rovers played last weekend, and Royal Park got over Rovers there. It was a toss of the coin game. We spoke about in our reviews earlier in the season about this. It's probably not a lot to split these two clubs. I'm going to go with Royal Park to keep going, keep that winning form up. They had the win last week. I think they'll back it up with a win again.
I'm going to go Maryborough Rovers. The first time they played on this ground in 2017, they come away with a win in front of a capacity crowd to start the season. So I think the Rovers just on their day are probably a little bit better. And the second elimination final over at Hedges Oval on Sunday, we've got Talbot and Trentham.
Yeah, Talbot have been quite achievers to a degree this year. They've gone along through the season. They've won the games they needed to win, and they've won some games quite comfortably. So I think they'd be well pleased with where they're at in the finals there, and credit to them for being able to achieve that. Trentham, we've spoken about over the last few weeks, have been a bit up and down. They got the wobbles a little bit. They were flying along quite well, sitting pretty in fourth position, and we had them as one of the top four clubs clubs with Navarre, Natty and Carisbrook, and they started to drop away a little bit around mid-season.
Did they go too hard too early, do you think?
Oh, I don't know whether it was too hard too early, but yeah, it was noticeably that the result had dropped away a little bit, and that's the result of them, I think, finishing up in 5th position. So that's why they're in this this final here, playing against Talbot, who finished in 8th position, of course. Look, I think Trentham are going to bounce back, though. They're not going to fall out of the finals in the first week. They'll be too strong for Talbot on Sunday, and they'll live to fight another week.
I'd like to back the Saints. I've been on them a lot this year. Unfortunately, I think you made an important statement earlier, is that Talbot have been a quiet achiever, and I don't think they've been getting the credit that they deserve. And I think just their form heading into the finals and their capacity to deliver, I think that the Trentham are going to be in a lot of trouble, and I think Talbot will come away with the win.
Fair enough.
Either way, it shapes up to be a magnificent round of football as part of the 2007 McDonald's Maryborough Final Series. Shano, thanks so much for the time, and we'll catch up with you next week to talk up how round 1 of the finals went.
Yeah, looking forward to it, Yeendy.